Hey, what is up, guys? I am here to give you my RAW review, and this RAW was a damn good RAW, to be honest with you. This was probably better than I think Money in the Bank. Um, you have a lot of great stuff on here, and it's starting to build up the angles for SummerSlam. And I'm gonna get in more into it when I get around these areas. Uh, let's see. Um, I forgot to write. So this fall is for July 15th, 2013, and we have JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. Brad Maddox comes out. It's his first night on the job, so he's trying to make this Raw and an awesome Raw, so that way he can keep the job, of course. Um, he makes Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler for tonight, not for the title, non-title match. And then John Cena comes out, interrupts him, talks about how he is the most right now. He's not the most hated guy right now, so that was kind of funny. And then Brad Maddox says that at SummerSlam, John Cena gets to pick who his opponent is. Like he can pick his opponent at SummerSlam. It can be anybody he wants. Um, then Randy Orton comes out, and he had won the Money in the Bank briefcase, so he said that it won't be his decision. And he says that he's not going to make the the same the mistake that John Cena made. He's going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase when John Cena least expects it. Fandango comes out and says that John Cena won't be the champion when Randy Orton cashes it in. Um, Fandango will be the champion, and then Randy Orton attacks Fandango, and they brawl, and Brad Maddox makes Randy Orton versus Fandango, and I'll get in, and I'm right now. So then we get Randy Orton versus Fandango. This was actually a pretty good match here. Fandango got a lot of offense in. He did a kick to the head, which sent Orton crashing on the floor. He threw him into the steps, which I think that's how Orton's hand got busted open. Randy Orton started to do his comeback, and he went for the DDT, but Fandango countered with a kick, and then he went to do his flying leg drop, but Orton hit the DDT around the turnbuckles and hit the RKO for the win. I like this match. I didn't really care for the finish. I think the match should have gone a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer. And then Dolph Ziggler's backstage, and AJ Lee's apologizing to Dolph, and he's ignoring her. And then he says that Dolph and AJ are just going to move on from here, and he dumps AJ. And then the AJ's crying after, and more stuff happens later. Mark Henry's backstage, heading to the ring, and he comes out, and he talks about how he took John Cena to the limit, and he's not going to make any excuses. Cena fought valiantly and won the match like he always does. And he says that he wants to be Cena to pick him to be his opponent at SummerSlam, but because he took him to the limit and he knows he can do it again. And then the Shield come out and they all attack Henry. Henry tries to fight him off, but Roman Reigns spears Mark Henry, and they both give him the triple power bomb, and that was it. So it looks like they're gonna turn Mark Henry face. When they had Mark Henry as a face in 2009, 2010, a little bit in 2011, I didn't really like Mark Henry as a face. I like him better as a heel because he's more destructive as a heel. They were doing stupid stuff with him as a face, so I think that they should keep Mark Henry heel, but that's probably not going to happen. Brad Maddox is backstage. He's on the phone with his mom saying he's doing a great job and he's going to send her a gift. It was funny. So then Chris Jericho comes in and says that he wants to prove that Cena should pick him for the WWE Championship match. And then Brad Maddox makes Chris Jericho versus Rob Van Dam for later on tonight, and it was the main event. And I'm going to get into that match later on. Then we get Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. This match was the same as Money in the Bank. It was pretty much the same. The only thing I think they really did different was Dolph Ziggler did the Fameasser off the top rope. Other than that, Del Rio did the backwards superplex. Ziggler did Del Rio did the Enziguri kicks. He did the German suplexes. And there really was nothing different in this match. It was just like Money in the Bank, except that. But after Ziggler hit that famous from the top, and I guess you could say he did a tornado DDT off the top, but after Ziggler hits the famous off the top rope, he goes for the cover, but the bell rings, and AJ Lee rang the bell, and she kind of has like this crazy look on her face because she's crazy. And Dolph Ziggler gets distracted. Del Rio super kicks Dolph, gets the win, and then AJ Lee's kind of attacking Dolph, and Dolph Ziggler's arguing with AJ, and Biggie Langston attacks Ziggler from behind, hits the big ending on him. So now we're gonna get Dolph Ziggler and Biggie Langston at SummerSlam probably, and hopefully Dolph Ziggler wins because I think he needs the win, and maybe he can go back into the world title picture. I think they're just doing this just to show that Ziggler's now a babyface. Oh my gosh. And then it shows Brad Maddox's major decision with the John Cena stuff. And then the Wyatt family attacks R-Truth. R-Truth's just out there doing his what's up thing. And then the Wyatt family come out, they lay out Truth. Bray Wyatt talks about how society how you don't got how we don't need heroes. Heroes lie to us. That they lie to us when they tuck us in bed at night. And he talks about how he's the hero. And then R-Truth goes to get back in the ring, and he goes to try to fight him off with the chair. He has the other two. Bray Wyatt has the other two get out and just fight him. R-Truth gets distracted by the other two guys, and Bray Wyatt assaults R-Truth and hits this weird finisher on him. It was Mike Knox's old move, the knocks out that he used to do when he was in WWE. That's what he has. And Bray Wyatt says that there was no truth with R-Truth, and he tells Kane to follow the buzzards. I don't know what that means, but he told Kane to follow the buzzards. So I have no idea what that means. It was a good way to make a name for themselves. I'm liking the Wyatt family right now. Keep this going. I want to see him get in a match eventually, and I think that eventually that will happen. And then it shows the grand opening of the training center for where rookies can go train themselves. I think it's fine. It's probably, but we're probably never gonna really know who they are because they not gonna show it on TV. But it could be fine. I don't care. It's okay. And then we get the Real Americans with Zeb Coulter, and you can vote on the app whether or not you want them to face the Usos, Tons of Funk, or the Primetime Players. Zeb Coulter comes out and he talks about how they were robbed. That Swagger and Cesaro were robbed last night out of victory and to take back their country, and he wants John Cena to pick either Swagger or Cesaro to face him at SummerSlam to do his country an honor, and then they both say we're the people, and then the Usos are the one that win the poll. And at first I was thinking, are they really gonna have the Usos get squashed again? I don't want to see that. I like Cesaro and Swagger. I think they're gonna be a good tag team, but I was like, wow, they're really gonna have the Usos get squashed, and it looked that way at first. Cesaro and Swagger were dominating one of them, and then the other gets the hot tag, and he was just and then they were just kind of getting dominated again. And one of the Usos kicks Swagger, Cesaro hits an uppercut on him, and then he goes for that little gut wrench move on one of the Usos, but he reverses it and rolls up Cesaro for the win. I'm fine with this because they were a real tag team, and you can't just and it wouldn't I don't want the Usos. I want the Usos to keep getting momentum. I don't want them just to go down where they were before. So I'm liking that the Usos are getting their momentum back. Maybe SummerSlam they'll do like a rematch for the tag team titles with the Rollins and Reigns. We don't know though. And then we get Damian Sandow versus Christian. Christian's teeth's kind of like a little bit separated a little bit from one of the punches from Sheamus. I read that on WrestlingTruth.com. This was a decent match here. Sandow goes for the Kobito Akiet, but Christian um, fights out of it and rolls up Sandow for the win. And then Sandow gets on the mic and he says, even though they lost the match, he's still the intellectual savior of the Money in the Bank. And then Cody Rhodes comes out and attacks Sandow. So I think Cody Rhodes is now face, and now we're going to get a Sandow Rhodes feud. Um, I like Cody Rhodes and all. I hope he goes far in his career. But they're probably going to have Sandow go over because he has the Money in the Bank. And I actually would want that because I want him to look a little strong. I don't know why they had him lose to Christian tonight, but what are you going to do? Then they get the 1-800 fella again. I actually forgot about this. Someone has the hiccups and they tried all the tactics to get rid of it, holding your breath, drinking water. So then he calls 1-800 fella and Sheamus tries to knock him out of it and he hits a roll kick on him and Sheamus asks if he has concerns and he says, I'm not sure. And he says, I think he does. It was lame. And then Vicky Guerrero's in the building. It was kind of like when Chris Jericho was banned from coming into the building when when DX, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels won the Unified Tag Team Championships, and Big Show and Jericho couldn't team up anymore, and Jericho couldn't go on Raw because he was a SmackDown guy. That was back when the plans were split, and he was trying to get people to sign a petition so that he could get into the building. Vicky Guerrero did the same thing here, and I think it failed. I'm assuming because they wouldn't hate Vicky Guerrero. So, and then we get Brie Bella with Nikki Bella versus Naomi with Cameron. Naomi wins with the crossbody. I didn't give a shit about this match. It was only there to promote the new TV show. And then it shows like a Paul Heyman interview after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. He was leaving the building and he was trying the reporter was trying to ask him why he did what he did to CM Punk, and all he says was "Stay out of my personal life." I thought that was pretty cool right there. So then CM Punk comes out and he just wants Heyman and Lesnar to come out, and he wants to know why Heyman betrayed him at Money in the Bank. Heyman comes out and he talks about how Punk doesn't exist to him anymore, and in 2005 when McMahon didn't want CM Punk, Heyman had an imagination of CM Punk being like the biggest superstar in the WWE, and he accomplished that. They were both the best in the world. They were the champion. They were the WWE champion for 434 days. They almost beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But then things started to change. After CM Punk lost to Undertaker, failed to beat Undertaker at Mania, he left. And he came back, and he finally came back, and CM Punk thought that he was better than him. And he didn't want him at ringside anymore. And he wanted things to be personal, and things were personal. And he brings up how his mother and father, I guess, I don't know what he really said, but I guess he's not with his mother and father anymore. He has no wife. All he has is the fans, and Michael Cole kind of mentioned this is getting too personal, that he needs the fans to love them, respect them, and he needed that WWE Championship just so he could have something. So Heyman took that away from him, and another reason he said is that he had betrayed CM Punk is he knew that Brock Lesnar could not beat. Sorry, botch. He knew that CM Punk could not beat Brock Lesnar, and then CM Punk says that he says that and then Heyman kind of talked about how he swore on his kids that he didn't put Lesnar up to attack Punk, and then his kids were starting to ask him if why CM Punk is better than you, why he hasn't sent Lesnar out to destroy Punk. So that guy kind of explained that. CM Punk talks about how says that he knows that when CM Punk is telling the truth, and he says that he's coming after Paul Heyman, and he doesn't care who stands in his way. He's going to get Paul Heyman, he doesn't care if it's Paul Heyman guys. He doesn't care if it's his clients. He doesn't care if it's his family. He says that he's gonna take them out just so we can get to Paul Heyman. And then Heyman says that he's gonna spell out the words for Punk, and he says it's Flogwin time. And then Brock Lesnar comes out. And CM Punk has the mic ready in hand because he can't really defend himself because of the damage he took at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view last night. So then Heyman ambushes Punk from behind, and Lesnar pulls him out the ring, and CM Punk is fighting him off, but he throws him into the barricade, and then he continues to fight, but Lesnar keeps throwing him into the barricade, and Lesnar takes his shirt off, and he throws Punk over the announcer's table, and Punk tries to jump on Lesnar, but Lesnar catches him and throws Punk's spine first into into the steel post, and F5s him onto the announcer's table, but it doesn't break. And then after that, Lesnar leaves, and CM Punk has to be kind of like he was able to get to his feet, but he kind of has to be carried out after. So that means now we're gonna get Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. I'm assuming there's gonna be a stipulation involved because of the way they were fighting. This is gonna be great though. If I had to pick now though, I think I want Lesnar to win because I think they're gonna do either in the future. Well, at WrestleMania 30, Lesnar and Taker, or Lesnar and The Rock 2, or Rock 2, so I think I want to see that. So I think Lesnar winning would make him look strong headed into one of those feuds. CM Punk can still make himself look strong. They might have Punk win because of the you can't beat Lesnar thing, and he wants to get the Heyman. That can still happen though, because Lesnar's not going to be there all the time. And he can just get through Axel, and then he can hurt Heyman. I think that would be the best option. If I had to pick a stipulation, though, I would pick a last man standing match. I think that would be the perfect thing because Heyman kind of mentioned in the promo how Paul Heyman's going to be the last man standing. I think they should do Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk at SummerSlam in a last man standing match. That would be great. Then it shows Lesnar and CM Punk's fight. Total Divas ad, and then John Cena's backstage, and the Great Khali, I guess, is trying to say that he should face him at SummerSlam. He would be the greatest person to face at SummerSlam. It would be the greatest match in the world. No, it wouldn't. It would fucking suck. Brad Maddox is Stephanie McMahon's in his office, and Triple H, and she says first night, and she wishes wishes him luck, but she wasn't talking to him. She was talking to Triple H. No, she was asking what he thought. And then both kind of like this was confusing. It was talking about how you shouldn't have to have the superstar choose the title match, and you better hope that Vince McMahon likes the superstar that Cena chooses, and that he's terrible for the job. He was just the first guy standing, and Triple H says best of luck to your future endeavors. It was shit. I didn't care for it. I don't really know what he said. And then we get Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho, and during this, it shows a SmackDown ad. This was a great match. I liked this match. RVD does his kicks. Chris Jericho, he's Chris Jericho, right? One part of this match is RVD goes for a kick, and Chris Jericho kicks him in the back of the head and tries to cover him off that, but he fails. RVD is kind of giving him the head scissors hold. Jericho the head scissors hold, but Jericho counters into a power bomb. RVD does a moonsault from the apron to the floor. Another part of this match, Chris Jericho was trying to go for the walls of Jericho, but he couldn't get it in. So then Chris Jericho slingshot RVD, and he took a nasty fall. I don't know if that was a mess up, if he wasn't supposed to fall like that, but that's what happened. RVD kind of does like a leg split moonsault to Chris Jericho, but I think he missed, and then he hit a lion salt on him, and he didn't get him. Jericho at one point hit the DDT on him, and RVD legs just kind of stand up in the air. RVD goes for a Hurricanrana. Jericho gets him the walls of Jericho. RVD gets the ropes. RVD keeps hitting kicks on Jericho. He hits one kick that was just awesome. And then Chris Jericho, RVD ends up kicking Jericho. He gives it like a real kick into the chest to the corner, and then he gives him a kick, and then he hits the 5-star Frog Splash on Jericho for the win. It was a great match. The crowd was behind it. I really liked this match. Definitely check it out. RVD's return. He actually has been working pretty good matches, I gotta say. And I think Chris Jericho was the perfect opponent to put in front of to put for VD because I think they fought before, so they wanted to have him face off again. So I'm really liking that. I'm looking forward to what RVD is going to do in WWE because I think he's staying full time, and this could be a great matches. So let's just get on to the next thing. So then we're gonna find out who Cena's opponent is at SummerSlam. Um, and all the superstars are down there. Actually, the Brooklyn Brawler was down there because I guess they were in Brooklyn tonight. So I guess I guess that's why he was there. So um, what happens here is Cena is gonna go for the crowd for this. He wants to know who the crowd picks. So obviously they're gonna pick Daniel Bryan. There was Daniel Bryan chants all over the place. But he's gonna go through down some of the guys that are there. He mentions that it's Heath Slater's birthday, so maybe he can give him like a birthday present, but the crowd boos him. He tries for all the members of 3ME, but it doesn't happen. He tries Fandango. They do cheer for RVD and Jericho. They boo the hell out of Sheamus and Ryback. Um, and then they were asking who they think they should put, and they were chanting Daniel Bryan, and then they were chanting yes, and he says that he respects the beard. He finally picks Daniel Bryan, so we're gonna get Daniel Bryan versus John Cena at SummerSlam for the WWE title. Um, I think this is going to be a great match. They wrestled once, actually, I guess twice, because they wrestled when they were both new guys. Um, and I think it could be a great match. When they had the match on Raw last year, they had a great match. This match could be no different. Who do I think should win? Here's how I think it go down. And I texted this to Adam from CM Brothers and Steve. Um, they could do this. They could have Daniel Bryan win the title from Cena, and the crowd's going nuts. Daniel Bryan's getting yes chance. Randy Orton can come out and turn heel, cash in the Money in the Bank, and win the WWE title. That would be perfect because the thing is, that would be a perfect way to turn on heel because the crowd is so behind Daniel Bryan, and then you have Randy Orton come out and just take that moment away from Daniel Bryan of being WWE Champion. I think that would be a perfect thing. Orton finally turns heel. That would be great. I think that's what should happen. Um, obviously at Night of Champions they would probably do a triple threat match between Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, and Cena, and then they can continue this Orton Bryan feud. I would really be looking forward to that. But as for Raw, it was great. RVD versus Jericho was good. Um, I'm gonna say probably that the tag team match wasn't bad between the Usos and the Real Americans. I didn't mind the Sandow Christian match. I didn't think of other matches. Del Rio and Ziggler, it was good, but um, it was just really watching Money in the Bank match again. Except they had that famouser, so it was good. I guess you could say that. And they did the Brock Lesnar CM Punk stuff. And so far as SummerSlam, it looks like we're gonna get well, we know we're gonna get Cena Bryan for the WWE Championship. We're gonna get Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, and Biggie Langston versus Dolph Ziggler. What does this mean for now Del Rio? Don't know. We're probably actually gonna get Damian Sandow versus Cody Rhodes as well. That is gonna be a great SummerSlam. SummerSlam's looking pretty good, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up because Money in the Bank failed me last night. It was a good pay-per-view, just didn't live up to my expectations. So we'll see what SummerSlam has in store for us. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna start. I guess I have to start getting my SummerSlam past series out since didn't have a chance to do it last year, considering the fact that I was busy. This year is gonna be different. I will try to get as much out as I can. I'm gonna look for footage. Help me out, guys. If you guys can find like an old SummerSlam, hand it over to me. I would be fine with that. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.